Hello and welcome to One Player. You want to know where you are? You're in the dungeon, baby. You're gonna die. Not that last part though. We're gonna survive. We are going to conquer this here cavern and come out victorious. I just feel it in my bones. And today we've got some tricks on our side here. Gwent didn't do so well against the bats. Let's be honest, last episode was a bit of a reality check for our young adventurer, but we've crowdsourced some options, and here are our solutions. First, this wonderful dice tower that I will show you in just a moment. And secondly, it became quite clear that Gwent was not in the favor of the dice lords, the dungeon gods, whatever other ethereal, omnipotent beings are ruling this part of the kingdom, and thus we were advised to make some sort of offering to the dice lords, and so somebody suggested that we should light some dice candles. Now, I'm not sure exactly if that's a specific thing, or if we just needed to, light some candles around some dice, or light some dice on fire, maybe, but I went with a combination of both, and here is my crudely crafted D6 candle. And if you'd all like to bow your heads in prayer and follow me, we'll get started, shall we? Our Father, who art in D10, hallowed be thy rolls. Thy numbers come, thy will be done in this dungeon as it is other places. Amen. Gwent has pledged his allegiance to the Dice Lords. I'm not sure if he's quite sold his soul just yet, but he needs some help. He needs whatever help he can get, and if that is divine, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Let's play, shall we? Obviously, we've got wax on our dungeon now, so that's gonna be a problem. We can't go this way. Here is the dice tower that will bring us the luck of the gods today. Nicely 3D printed. I believe this is some sort of water bottle. Forgive my very strange setup at the moment. I'm in the middle of moving board game rooms, so I don't really have a dedicated space, and I've just thrown a big cloth over the mess that is this entire room. But yeah, here it is. Let's crack on, shall we? All right, so ritual's over. Let's get going. In the last turn, we found a lever. We pulled it successfully. We heard a noise. That was that. And we're now free to explore, I suppose, any which way we like. It is a new day, so it's appropriate way, isn't it, to start off the day with a nice prayer to the dice gods. I am going to use, as I alluded to a couple of, maybe last turn or the turn before, I'm going to use some lesser HP. I believe this is a time where I can do that, because this is the time we can like rearrange stuff in our bag. So I am going to probably use 2 of these. They each give us 4 HP back, and so that'll get us up to 15. And I'm pretty sure I can't. There's very limited information about it in the rule set, but I'm pretty sure I can use both of them at once. So I'm going to go and get myself back up to 15, and that feels a little bit safer than sitting on 7. Gwent was having a hard time. Someone did rightly point out that there is a door on Cavern 57, so there should have been a door here. Gwent did gain a momentary phase ability, but I will indeed honor the door here. And so what we have to do then is, of course, roll for it. And so let's do that now and see what we come up against. Oh, that's pretty satisfying, actually. I haven't really used this dice tower before. I just built it because that was pretty fun. 40, so it is magically sealed, unfortunately. We do not have any sort of magical ability as of yet. So So we're gonna have to turn back. I'm gonna have to put like an MS here, magically sealed. And we're gonna have to turn back. We're gonna have to move ourselves back into this room. Again, part of the rules I haven't found is when you move back into the a room, do we then roll for encounters again? I don't believe we do. Although of course this was a yellow room, so we didn't roll an encounter before. So I don't see why not. We can just go back, and then I said we wouldn't move over the wax stain, but I think we actually will. It gives us just a little bit more space to play with, and feels like we're heading further away from the entrance. Why don't I move us this way, and we will roll to map our first cavern. So stupid. I will roll to map our first cavern of the episode and see where we are. Oh, that one got stuck at the top. It's a 61, and that leads us to an encounter. It looks like it actually goes off in both directions, doesn't it? So we've got a little bloop down here, and then we've got an open passage this way, and then avoiding the waxy mess there, we've got a nice sealed door over in this direction, or potentially sealed, I suppose. Let's roll for the encounter first, and then we can figure out the door later once we've got through it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. 1, it's not bats, and 2, we can find ourselves some parts. It's 14. Again, remember we're minusing 40 from that, so it is going to be just 1. In which case, I think it will be giant rats. Yes. Okay. So on our combat sheet, let's move the map to the side for now. We are going to pull giant rats. They are a creature, not a humanoid. Their attack value is 25. They have 0 defense, -2 damage, and they are a 3/2/2. So there's like a king rat, and then the other 2 are just a bit rubbish. Gwent, are you up to the task?
Are you dungeon questing right now? Exploring the caverns of some long-forgotten mountain pass? Boy, that's dirty work, right? When you get back to the overworld, you're probably going to need some new threads. The ones you're wearing are looking a little worse for wear. Is that rat's blood, dude? Come on. Luckily, right now, if you use the code D100, you can get 15% off your order from the brand new one-player Teespring storefront. Go for it.
We are going to roll the monster reaction chart. They don't have surprise, they have disease and pack. So pack, remember, gets them the extra attack value. So as it says here, at the start of each combat round, each monster still alive beyond the first adds 5 to its AV. So we've got 3 monsters still alive. So they'll add 10 to their AV, so they'll be rolling for 35 when they attack to start with, then 30, then 25. They also have disease, which gives them the ability to give us disease if they score a 1. Each time the time track is refreshed, the character must roll a d10, and if they score... Oh, I don't think I've been doing that. I probably need to remember that, because I am slightly diseased. Only a little bit, only 1. But I need to remember to do that next time we refresh the time track, because I did that like a couple of turns ago. All right, so monster reaction. It's a 7, so the monster will attack as normal. We are going to try and roll on strength. Again, because we've got our lance, it's a strength weapon, so we are going to try and roll 30. We're only slightly better than the rats, but hopefully this turn around, it's a 47, so we have missed. Now, the monsters will roll. And again, the monsters are rolling for 35. And they've scored a 30, so nice and lucky for them. So they are going to score the damage and the location. So the location is a 1, so they've hit us in the head. how have rats managed that? And they're going to do 4 damage. Goodness gracious. So head plus 3. So 7. Okay, so can we deduct anything? Because we don't have any defense on our... Yeah, we don't have any defense on our head, do we? So we can't block any of that. We can't block any of that. However, they do have damage -2, so it's 7 minus 2 would be 5. So they are going to do 5, which doesn't seem great again, but I suppose it's better than 7. And also, I'm glad we drank some potions. All right, let's roll the reaction again and see what we get. It's a 3. Monster will attack as normal. We are trying to roll against a 30. Please, Gwent, just hit him with your lance. I don't even care if it's the pointy end at this point. There we go. See, oops, that was a 10. You saw it. 11. So, okay. We've actually managed to hit a rat. We're hitting the first one for 3. And so... see what we've got. Wow, okay, 8 is the location, which we've hit them in the waist. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't think rats really have waists, to be honest. But we are doing 5 damage to them, so 5 plus 1 is 6, and thus they do not have any defense, so we will be able to kill the first rat. Now, I can't find anywhere that says whether we are able to do damage to multiple rats at a time. I'm going to go ahead and guess no. But that 5 plus 2 does knock out... Oh, sorry, plus 1. So it's actually 6 damage. But still, that 6 does knock out the first rat. Now, they're going to get plus 5 to their attack value, which is going to be 30. And that is what we're going to roll next. So... they're going to roll for 30 here. Why are they attacking me and hitting me every time? That seems unfair. All right, and let's find out how bad it is. Well, it's only 2, so that's nice. And their damage is -2. So, in fact, I don't think they do any damage. So they will do no damage, but they will... where are they hitting us? They're hitting us on the torso. So... damage modifier plus 1, so they will actually do 1 damage. Okay, so now we've done 2 minus 2 plus 1 is 1. They'll do 1 damage to our torso. Again, we don't have anything equipped there, so we will take 1 damage to our torso. Very well. Very well. Let's attack and let's make it good again, okay? We're trying to score 30 and we've scored a 42, so that is not going to work. And they are going to score, they're going to try and score a 30 as well. So we're actually rolling for the same thing. They've got a 97, so even worse than us. Oh, we forgot to roll their reaction chart. Oops. So their reaction was going to be 3 for that, which I think is attack as normal. So I'm not going to bother too much about it. Yeah, okay. So let us roll again for our own attack. We are flailing around with the lance. We've scored a 33. Only just not... good. Yep. Only just not good. Oh, I forgot to roll their reaction again. Goodness me. 0, or sorry, 10. Which means the monster will escape. You know, I'm gonna block that. I feel pretty good about killing these rats. I wanna kill them. So when a monster attempts to escape, the player can allow it, perform an attack, no treasure, or block the escape. So we test strength -10. So we're trying to do we're trying to roll a 20, which I mean I suppose we might as well. Okay, so if we pass it, okay, this is what I'm reading here. So we block the escape, we can test the strength -10, so that's again 30 minus 10 is 20 for us. If we succeed, we start combat at step 3 as if we've just hit them, and if we fail, we remove the monster. So that's, you know what, we'll just go for it. We're rolling for 20. Come on, dice gods, shine kindly upon our Gwent. You champions, ha! Take that, you stupid rats. Try and escape me if you can. You can't. That's the answer. You cannot. So we're going to roll the damage and the location. Oh, this is brilliant. 9 and 3. So let's see. We've hit them in the legs. This, okay, I mean, I like this. I like the idea of this, but it really doesn't make any sense that we're hitting a rat in the waist and then in the leg, does it? I suppose they're oh well, I guess they are giant. So, all right, fair enough. I'll stop making fun of it. We've done 3 damage. In fact, we've done 2 because we've got a negative mod, but we've got 1 plus damage. So again, we're kind of cancelling that out. So we are on 3, and that means we've killed our second rat. Now their attack value is going to be 25, so it's going to be much harder for them to attack or to hit us this next turn. They roll a 77, and thus they have missed. Their roll is a 7 on the reaction chart, which means the monster will attack as normal. Very good. We are going to roll for a 30. Oh my gosh, we've got it again. Oh, so whoever told me to burn that candle, kudos to you, because we are absolutely crushing it right now. So, we've got our successful attack. Let's roll the damage and the location. Again, we've hit them in somewhere ridiculous, I think. Or is 9 good? No, 9's bad. It's legs. Yeah, okay. So, again, we're doing whatever this is, -1, +1 for our damage. So, actually, we're going to do 5 damage, and we are going to kill the giant rat. Oh, you love it, don't you? You absolutely love it. Once we kill the giant rat, oh, you know what? I think they get to roll for damage as well, because all damage is done simultaneously. So let's roll to see if they actually got us that time. They did not, because they're trying to roll a 25. So we have killed the pack of rats. Oh, those dastardly rats. We've got them well and truly splattered into smithereens, and thus we get to roll for loot. When we kill them, we roll table P. Let's make sure that we notate they have indeed been killed. We don't get any, unfortunately, we don't get any experience on our strength check for this, because you only gain this this track if you pass a combat test that is 10 or lower. So kind of tricky to do, but we still do get the loot. So let's roll on table P and see what we can retrieve from them, I suppose. All right, this is our first legitimate monster part, because last time we accidentally rolled on the loot table and got our bill from the goblins, which didn't make any sense at all. But this time we are going to find a part, and this is the reason for our quest, the reason for our dungeon training. Let's see what we can get. Oops, I forgot to roll this one. What's that? A 70? Oh, sorry, no, it's a 7. An arm or a wing. This guy called Icarus you met in a tavern once said he'll pay handsomely for such a prize and will enhance the limb with some emu feathers in a hope to fly. Good luck, mate. Giant rat arm is what we have found. And you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. We're going to put it in our backpack, in our unequipped potions and non-slot items. 1 giant rat arm. And its value is 11 gold pieces. Fantastic. Well, you know what, Gwent? You earned this one. You really did. I am proud of you, buddy. We've taken down a pack of goblins. We've taken down a pack of rats. And I am feeling a lot better about the whole scenario than I was last episode, in which Gwent basically was a bit of a blathering idiot. Shall we check the door and then check the next room, and then maybe we'll call it? So let's check the door. 46. It is locked. Roll equal or less than the number of keys you have to open. If successful, delete 1 key or pick the lock. Locked door, test dexterity -5. Fail -1 pick +1 time. Okay, so we might think about picking that lock. I mean, it's not it's not necessary. We've got quite a lot of other options to go. I mean, we can go, well, I suppose we've got a couple of options, I suppose. We can go right still. So I think we might do that, but I'll make a note here that it's just locked. We did encounter a rat, so I'm going to just put that there. ER. They went to the ER. That is terrible. I'm editing that out. We can head to the right without any problems for our next turn. Let's see. What we need to do is, now of course we could search, but I'm not partial to it, so I'm gonna skip that. But what I will do is head this way, and we're going to have to shade off a time, which means we've burnt ourselves an oil. So we're down here to 16. And let's roll for the map to see what we're gonna find next episode. So that shouldn't be there. We've got rolled a 26. So 26, we've got kind of a big cavernous room here with openings at the sides. Now this opening I'm not sure what to do with because it doesn't match what we've rolled already, but you know, we'll worry about that later. Now we're going to roll geographic, so hopefully that turns out good, although I'm not sure that it will. We're going to roll for geographic. It is a green, so I will write that somewhere here. And let's roll, see what we get. It's a 51. That seems quite high, and hopefully either that's really good or we're going to get ourselves smushed by some terrible trap. Oh my gosh, look at that. I feel like that was a premonition. 51, boulder. A huge boulder blocks the way through this part of the dungeon. One, we need to lift it out of the way or you'll be forced to retrace your steps and leave via the way you came. Move boulder. Test strength -10. Succeed, we can use the exits. Fail, the exits are blocked +1 time. But if we succeed, we get to add a pip on our strong track, which honestly I would really like to do. I would like to be a bit more strong. So why don't we try and lift the boulder? I mean, losing a time at this point isn't terrible. And so exits are blocked. I'm not all that miffed with. I mean, we can still come back and explore this locked door here, and we can still explore this chamber down this way. This one is magically sealed, so we can't get through there. But there's still plenty of options. We can go back here even, if we wanted to. So let's do it. Let's try and get through these doors. Gwent, you know what? It's all about the fulcrum. It's all about you've got to get that lever. So if you've got your lance, get your little boulder here, and we're going to be good. All right, just a tip from a boulder moving pro over here, apparently. So we're testing strength -10, so we're trying to roll a 20 or less. It's a 49, so the exits are blocked. I will put a rather large boulder in. I mean, that's massive, but obviously where would he have moved it to if it was that big? Anyway, that's what a boulder looks like in my mind. It kind of looks like a brain also, but that's the boulder. It is, unfortunately, we cannot get past. So it takes us a time, which leads us here. Next turn, we'll have to encounter somebody. Should we decide, or should we move on? And we have not gained a strength point. That, I think, we'll leave it there. We found a magically sealed door. We've come and fought the rats. I think we've done pretty well with that. And we've got ourselves our second part. We only need one more part. And we passed Dungeon Training Part 1. So I feel pretty good about that. We, of course, have left this chest behind. There's plenty of things we're still to do in this dungeon. But if we can grab ourselves another part in the next turn, I'm going to be totally fine with burning down some oil, burning down some time. I don't care, as long as we can get through. we can try to pick this lock as well, of course, so we can come back here. I think that's probably what we'll do next turn, and yeah, we'll try and get through here, see if we can increase our lock picking skills. If not, come this way back down to kind of this area here, and see if we can head further out into the mountain. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you are enjoying the series so far, and thank you for all your comments and suggestions. The dice tray seemed to work. The candle obviously worked somehow, so that might become a regular fixture. If you have enjoyed and you are not already, please do consider subscribing. I would love to have you on the channel to join us on this adventure. Drop me a like. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you later.